Story 1. The Mysterious Call. It was an unassuming Friday the 13th, and I had just returned home from work. As I settled in for the evening, my phone suddenly rang. I picked it up, expecting to hear a familiar voice, but there was nothing but an eerie silence on the other end. I said hello a few times, but the silence persisted. Just as I was about to hang up, a voice, cold as ice, whispered, "You shouldn't have picked up." My heart raced as I tried to disconnect the call, but the phone seemed frozen, locked in this chilling moment. The voice continued, "You've invited something in, and now it's watching you." Suddenly, the line went dead, and I was left in stunned silence. The lingering fear from that strange call haunted my dreams for weeks, making me question whether there was truth to the superstitions surrounding Friday the 13th. Story 2. The Haunted Hotel Room. A few years back, I embarked on a weekend getaway with some friends to a picturesque, yet eerie-looking hotel, with Friday the 13th approaching. Our room was located on the top floor, and upon entering, a shiver ran down my spine. The atmosphere was heavy, and the decor seemed outdated and eerie. As the clock struck midnight, the room transformed. We began hearing whispers that seemed to come from nowhere. The air turned frigid, and shadowy figures appeared. We watched in horror as the wallpaper peeled away, revealing dark, old stains. The room felt like it was closing in on us. We huddled together in fear, counting the hours until morning. When the first rays of sunlight crept through the curtains, the room returned to normal, but the memories of that night still haunt me. Story 3. The Vanishing Shadows. One fateful Friday the 13th, I found myself walking home alone in the dimly lit streets. I couldn't shake the feeling that something was amiss. As I glanced over my shoulder, I noticed shadows following me. I quickened my pace, but the shadows matched my every move. My heart raced, and a growing sense of dread consumed me. I turned a corner, hoping to escape, but when I looked back, they had vanished. Relief washed over me until I realized they had reappeared, surrounding me on all sides. It was as if they had a mind of their own, lurking, waiting. Panic set in, and I ran for my life. No matter where I went, the shadows continued their relentless pursuit. Story 4. The Cursed Mirror. One particularly gloomy Friday the 13th, I visited an antique shop that had always piqued my curiosity. Hidden among the clutter of the shop was a beautiful, ornate mirror. Ignoring the superstitions surrounding mirrors and Friday the 13th, I decided to buy it and hung it in my bedroom. That night, as I gazed into it, my reflection began to twist and distort. It morphed into a sinister, malevolent grin, while I remained horrified and unable to look away. My reflection refused to mimic my movements, leaving me trapped in a chilling stare-down. I attempted to leave the room, but my reflection seemed to mock my every move. It wasn't until morning that the mirror returned to its normal state, but I could never look at it the same way again. Story 5. The Midnight Carnival. On a Friday the 13th, a mysterious carnival suddenly appeared on the outskirts of town. Lured by the enigmatic allure of the place, I ventured inside, surrounded by a cacophony of laughter and strange music. As I wandered deeper into the carnival, I found myself drawn to the Hall of Mirrors. The entrance was marked by an old, creaking door that beckoned me inside. The mirrors, covered in dust and years of fingerprints, distorted my reflection in grotesque and unnatural ways. I tried to find the exit, but the maze of mirrors seemed to stretch on infinitely. Laughter, like the echoes of unseen beings, reverberated through the eerie chamber. I was trapped in a never-ending nightmare, my reflection taunting me from every angle. It felt like hours had passed before I stumbled out, but when I checked my watch, only minutes had gone by. The memories of that night and the sinister carnival still haunt my dreams, leaving me with a lingering sense of unease on every Friday the 13th.